AXN Behind.
Terry Brooks created an amazing world that we get to live in.
I wrote Elfstone's Shannara over 30 years ago. Oh my God, I can't even believe that. I really love seeing my book come to life as a TV series.
I think Brooks has a unique vision and a unique imagination, and it is that sets the Shannara Chronicles off.
The Shannara Chronicles takes place thousands of years in the future.
It's long after a Holocaust known as the Great Wars obliterated society as we know it. Technology has disappeared, and magic has replaced technology.
The series is set in a place called the Four Lands, and the story centers on the city of Arbalorn, which is the Elven capital. And that's where our characters meet and eventually go on an epic quest to save this world.
Will Olmsford, who is our lead and sort of our eyes into the show, finds out he's the last Shannara, and he's the only one in the Four Lands who has magic in his blood.
And what starts our story is when he loses his mom. That sets him on a journey to want to become a healer. While on that journey, ends up finding out that there are demons entering the world who want to destroy it.
A barrier was placed between the world of Shannara and the dark side where the demons live, and that barrier is called the Elcris tree.
The tree itself helps keep these evil demons at bay out of a territory called the Forbidding, which is a transitional land between our world and the underworld.
The Elcris is, in itself, the prison for all these demons. And once the Elcris sickens, then one by one the demons are released. This is not a good thing.
He is the only person who can use the elf stones and help defeat this demon army that is just bound for the Four Lands.
Will thinks that he's going to become a healer and then gets disrupted from that path and gets knocked off his horse, literally, by a troll, and ends up meeting this girl, Eritrea.
Eritrea, she's the character I play. She's this very, very strong woman, at the same time very vulnerable. She puts a shield on to protect herself from the world, and she's forced to grow up by herself.
Every time I run into her, I think she's one thing, and then by the end of the scene, I think she's a different thing. That's something that she's teaching to Will, is that the world is not just black and white, sometimes it's gray.
Will just turns Eritrea's world upside down, and she doesn't want to admit it, nor does he actually. He doesn't even want to admit that he likes her, but he does.
And then I meet the princess, and she's beautiful, and she's amazing, and strong, and I'm a shy kid who's never been around girls much, and I think Will immediately takes a fancy to her.
One of her greatest attributes is the fact that she's really compassionate, and she sees the best in people and wants to help everyone.
She has this very vulnerable side, but at the same time, she's a very independent woman. She really, really knows what she wants, and she's gonna go get it no matter what.
Eritrea looks up at Amberly and thinks you're just some spoiled princess, and then Amberly looks at Eritrea and thinks, well, you're just a lying, cheating rover, and then I'm stuck in the middle.
There is this really interesting love triangle between Amberly and Eritrea and Will, so it all gets a bit messy and a bit confused.
And so I'm kind of ping-ponged between two women who are both very strong-willed, and women are confusing.
This young boy who trips over his own feet and falls in love with pretty young women needs to become a man very quickly.
He's been sort of swept up in this quest. Amberly also sort of gets swept up in this quest.
The fate of the world rests on his shoulders and Amberly's shoulders. They've got to go on this quest to save the world. His life and everybody else's life depends on it.
AXN Behind.